Hi, friends. Welcome to episode 2 of Crafty Chats with me, Gabby. Today, we are going to be talking about hot takes and my hot takes on hot takes because I've been seeing a lot of those and I have some thoughts. And what better place to share them than on this podcast? Before we get started, however, I do want to thank everyone that watched my first episode of the podcast, and I loved everybody's comments in the video. Y'all were so kind, and it was such a fun chat. So thank you so much for chatting back about my chat. And I hope that everyone really enjoys this episode too. I think this is something worth talking about, and I'm really looking forward to continuing to have these discourses with everyone in the YouTube comments. You can also send me DMs on Instagram if you don't want to leave like a public comment. I'm down for that too. No worries. As long as you're respectful, nothing is really off limits. Okay? Okay. So, first things first, grab your project if you don't have one already. Grab some hydration if you don't have some already. Let's go ahead and get started with what I'm up to currently. You know, that little segment that I said that I wanted to be a thing, like moving forward, we're going to do that. I'm going to be true to my word. So, what am I currently watching? I am watching White Lotus. I know you're probably thinking, you said that last month. You're right. But I literally just started watching it again last night. I was working on Clarabelle's Relax Tea by Amy Sherr Makes. And I just put it on because I had nothing else I wanted to watch. And I couldn't stop watching it. I had to literally turn it off. I think I have the last episode left. And I was like, no, it's almost 10:30. I need to go to bed. So I'm watching that right now. I don't really have anything on the roster moving forward. Don't know if I'll do season 2 or not. If anybody has any recs, please leave them in the comments. Please, 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 please. Always looking for something to watch. Let's see. What am I reading? Oh, yes. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This just came out. I had a hold on it for months. I just started reading it. It took a lot for me to get off the couch and record this because I just wanted to keep reading it. It's really interesting so far. It's about astronauts. I think they might be gay astronauts. I think they might be gay astronauts. And what better month than Pride Month for me to read a book about gay astronauts? I'm hoping I enjoy it because I enjoy her other stuff. Really high hopes. I probably shouldn't have high hopes, but I do. So that's what I'm currently reading. I have a couple things on the roster after that. I have the new V. Schwab book, Barrier Bones and Midnight's Oil. Don't know how I feel about that. My girl Carrie Cakes did not like it. Also, if you like reading and books and hearing people talk about reading and books, Carrie Can Read here on YouTube is my only booktuber. Very much recommend going to check her channel out after you're done here. No rush. But yeah, Carrie is like my only booktuber, and she's the only one I'll listen to for book recs other than my family and friends. So she didn't love it. I might like it. I don't know. We'll see. I had something else on the roster. Please hold. I am also technically reading, I put this on hold. It's called Love in the Big City by Sang Young Park. It's interesting. I didn't want to put it down, but I really wanted to read the new Taylor Jenkins Reid. Ooh, also, following up on our conversation from last month, I did finish the song Ballad of Songbird and Snakes. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. It wasn't like life-changing like The Hunger Games was. I enjoyed it. I'm glad that we didn't have to root for Snow the entire time. It was a really interesting look into like how The Hunger Games started. I kind of wish we would have seen more on how Snow became president because it really doesn't tell you. And like, I don't know if what's it called? Sunrise on the Reaping. I don't know if that dives into it more. Probably not. But I think it would have been more interesting. Like, where does he go from here? Like, how does he end up being president? But whatever. So yeah, that was I. What am I currently listening to? God, I hate to be boring, but 17 is still on repeat, y'all. Stream Happy Birthday. Thunder is so good. Like, that comeback is so, so, so good. ATEEZ also came out as of this recording, June 13th. I've listened to the title track. It's a bit of a bop. I have also been listening to Lorde. Oh, we're so back. Lorde, like the Pure Heroine album was on repeat for months and months and months and months, like months when it came out. I wasn't a huge fan of Melodrama, did not like her other album. I can't even remember what it was called. But I have been listening to What Was That and Man of the Year, and I fear that we are very back. We are back. I don't know what this says about the economy, but we are so back, and I'm very much looking forward to this album. I know that Manchild came out recently. I don't know. Guess it's just, I can't relate. I can't relate. I'm sorry. Like, not the biggest fan. I'll still listen to the album. I know there's some controversy surrounding the cover. I'm not gonna get into that. You know, so we're just gonna move on. Basically, I am listening to Lorde, 17, and ATEEZ. Again with the K-pop. Sorry, get over it. Get used to it. It's part of my personality. Would that be it? Oh, I really blew through that, huh? So, let us get started. So, hot takes. The definition, to me, of a hot take is an opinion that is unpopular or different, unique, something that the person feels may cause a little bit of controversy. This was trending a few months ago. There was a bit of an incident regarding someone saying that their hot take was that they did not like people who knitted too quickly because it ruined her experience. And she felt that people who knitted too quickly did not appreciate the art of knitting. We're gonna let that sink in. So hot take, something like that. People have hot takes because people have opinions. I have opinions on people's opinions today. I don't think there's anything wrong with sharing your thoughts on a subject, regardless of what that subject is. I do have a problem with people who use their hot takes as a way to bully people. Because I think we all have thoughts and opinions. I think we all have thoughts and opinions, some may be more popular than others, but I don't think it's okay to disguise your bullying as an opinion. There, I said it. Thank you for watching. No, I'm just kidding. But that's basically the gist of it. There is nothing wrong with sharing your thoughts on the internet. Everybody who has access to the internet has access to give you their thoughts and opinions. It's fine. You can choose to engage or not. But when you're using that platform and disguising it as a hot take when all you're doing is bullying, a bit of a problem. Now, I have some examples that I brought with me on my phone to share with the class because I do think it's important that we all take a look at how it's okay to have thoughts and opinions on a subject, and how it's okay to have opinions that are different from each other, because we all are individuals and we all craft differently. And my way of doing things may not be your way of doing things. But I think that you can safely, healthily, and respectfully share these thoughts and opinions without putting other people down. Okay? So I'm going to put my little granny square down, and I'm going to pick up my phone. I wrote a little note so I wouldn't forget. So pardon me if I'm looking down at my phone, but I didn't memorize it. Apologies. Here we go. Where to go? Hot takes on the hot takes. So my first example of a hot take that I found that I was like, oh, yeah, that's a hot take. Might be a bit more popular than you think it is, but some people would disagree with you on this, and it is that you can block acrylic with water. Hot take, because some people will say that you cannot block acrylic, period. But while you technically, in the traditional sense, cannot block acrylic, you can steam it to relax the fibers. Hot take. I thought that was a good hot take because people will fight you on that. People do have strong opinions on blocking acrylic. I steam it. I steam block acrylic. It does relax the fibers. It does elongate them. Does it block it in the same way that wool does? No. Valid. My feelings weren't hurt. Hopefully nobody's feelings here were hurt. Good hot take, right? Right. Next one. Chenille yarn is not good for beginners. Oof. Hot take. That one's a little hot. Yeah, that's a hot take. That's a valid one. That's an unpopular opinion, I believe, because people will tell you that you should probably start by making plushies, and I don't think so. I don't think that anybody who has just picked up a crochet hook has any business touching chenille yarn or blanket yarn. Blanket and chenille yarn are difficult to work with. And if you disagree, leave me a comment and tell me so. And I want you to tell me why you disagree. Because people act like just anyone can pick up some chenille or some blanket yarn and make a plushie. No, you can't. Nuh-uh. No, you can't. That's difficult. That is a lot harder than people think it is. And I think that people who make crochet plushies for a living are kind of intense. Like, you a baddie. Like, I have a lot of respect for people who make amigurumi and plushies with chenille and blanket yarn, because you cannot see those stitches and you literally just have to trust. You have to trust that your hook is going where it needs to go. Hot take. Hot take. Nobody's feelings are hurt. We're doing great. Cotton yarn is the most versatile. Hot take. Some people will disagree with you, but the people who ride hard for cotton yarn will go to battle for some cotton yarn. I agree with this hot take, personally. Nobody's feelings should be hurt with this. Nobody should be offended. Nobody should feel singled out. It's just an opinion. It's a slightly unpopular opinion because I think cotton is an incredibly underrated yarn. People love wool blends, love literally most things except cotton yarn. When I think it's really versatile and it's really fun, I think that cotton yarn is great. Just my opinion. Next one. This might be a bit spicy. Knowing how to knit or crochet doesn't make you a pattern designer. That's a hot take. That's a spicy one. I don't think that that's necessarily an insulting take. I don't think that they're putting anyone down. I do think that they're making a very valid observation. The person who made that video had like a whole explanation that I didn't include in the hot take, obviously, but it was very valid. There's a lot of people who pick up a craft, have a platform, and next thing you know, they're dropping patterns. And you're just like, do you know how to do that? I don't. I've been crocheting since 2013, 2012. You're not going to get a pattern from me anytime soon because the amount of math involved in making a pattern, the amount of time and dedication involved in making a pattern, astronomical. I don't think it's for everyone. And I do think that there is a bit of a weird moment going on with people who are content creators, who enjoy crafting as a hobby, who appear to be making these patterns just to monetize them. Hot take. It's not an insult towards the person. Get your hustle, get your bag. That's cool, dog. But like, it's kind of insane to be like, I just learned how to crochet. Here's a pattern for $12. I'm just saying. I think that pattern designers deserve the credit that they get. And I think that pattern designers work very hard on providing good patterns for people. And I don't think it's for everyone. But again, it shouldn't hurt anybody's feelings unless you're the one making patterns to monetize. Is that an offensive one? Leave a comment. That one I feel was a bit of a gray area. I feel like that one could go either way. I personally did not think that it was necessarily hurtful. I just think it's quite literally an unpopular opinion that would ruffle some feathers in the community. But some of the bad hot takes I think are a little bit worse. But let me know what you think. Is that a bad hot take? Is that insulting? I'm curious. Do tell. The last one I included just because I know, the people that are going to get spicy about this one are going to get spicy about it. You don't need to gauge swatch. I saw this one quite often in my research. A lot of people are in the school of one of two things. You don't need to gauge swatch. You don't need to block. I'm going to be real with you. Until I started like really trying to do wearables, you would not catch me gauge swatching a thing. I would look at gauge, blah, 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 in a pattern, and I'd be like, the hell is that? I'm not going to look up I'm just going to follow the instructions. And sometimes it would work out, sometimes it wouldn't, but I would never gauge swatch. Like, you would never catch me gauge swatching. But when I started knitting and like knitting garments, I was like, oh, maybe it does matter. And I hate it. I hate gauge swatching so much. I know a lot of people love it. They think it's an integral part of doing the pattern. That's great. I hate it. And that's fine. Not everyone's gonna love it, and that's fine. Now, saying that you don't need to do it at all, I think is a little irresponsible. But it's not harming anyone to not gauge swatch. That's on you if you end up with a 7-foot sweater. You know what I mean? Like, it's on you if the top is too small because you didn't want to gauge swatch and you didn't want to make sure that it fit. Hot take, but not a bad one. No one's being hurt by this except the people who follow this person's advice and don't gauge swatch and end up with a toddler sweater when they wanted an adult sweater. Only people getting hurt are the ones that don't gauge swatch. Now, like I said, these are just unpopular opinions. They might cause reactions. They might make people feel some kind of way, but they're not harming anyone. Like, just because you don't agree with something doesn't mean that it's necessarily wrong. Now, some of these next ones I think are a little bit more problematic. And I think are bullying in disguise. And if not bullying, definitely elitism. Definitely seeking to marginalize certain groups of crafters. And I feel like some of these are probably familiar because I feel like since they are so controversial, people have heard of them more. So let's dive into that. We have crafting too fast is bad. This was hashed out, I believe I just touched on it, I forget, I really live in the moment, where someone did make a video calling out and shaming people who craft too fast because it makes them feel bad that they craft too slow. Girl, like, you apply that to literally any other hobby and it sounds so ridiculous. It's like, oh, well, I think people who make model trains too fast are bad because they make me feel bad about taking months to make a model train set. People who finish their puzzles too fast. Like, what? If someone feels like they can knit a sweater in a day, then let them knit a sweater in a day. Like, if someone feels like they can crochet 7 market bags in an hour, let them. What's that? Like, if that's affecting you to the point where you feel the need to come on the internet to be mean to them and to tell them that they're not crafting right, the call, I fear, is coming from inside the house, friend. Turned around and applied to any other hobby aside from crafting, that sounds weird. That sounds weird and it's unnecessary. Everybody is allowed to craft at the speed that they want to craft at. If I want to take 6 months to make a cardigan, that's my prerogative and that's how I enjoy my hobby. If I want to make a cardigan in an afternoon, that's my prerogative and that's how I enjoy my hobby. It is not anybody's responsibility to make sure that they're bending over backwards to ensure everybody else's experience. Like, you know, it's not my job to make sure you have a good time crafting. That's your hobby, friend. Have that look like however you want it to look like. I see this often in the book community. It's probably the closest community that I can think of that this situation would apply, where there are people who think that reading too fast is bad. And then there are people who think that having too many books is bad. Let people enjoy hobbies however they want to. It is no one's responsibility but your own to ensure that you enjoy your hobby. Bad take. Bad take. Bad take. Moving on, because I'm going to get very heated about that. I really just can't handle you placing responsibility on others for your enjoyment. Absolutely not. Next one. Knitting continental is superior to English. As someone who knits English, I am personally offended. I'm kidding. A little. But for real, this also falls within let people hobby how they want to hobby. Who cares if I knit slower because I knit English style? It's what worked for me. And again, it really isn't anyone else's responsibility but my own to enjoy my own hobby. Who cares? Who cares? Don't come on here to act superior because you knit differently than I do. I'm going to lump it in with another one that I personally saw it and I was so heated. Someone made a TikTok talking about how knife holding your crochet hook made you look like an amateur. Excuse me? Excuse me? Absolutely not. I have been crocheting for a hot minute and I knife hold this crochet hook like my life depends on it. If you want a pencil hold, bestie, that's fine. Let me live my life with my knife hold. Telling me that I look like an amateur because I'm knife holding my crochet hook? Excuse me? I just like, in what world? I never in a million years would look at a crocheter and be like, she just started last week. She just started last week. Just started, I can tell. That knife hold is holding on. Like, at what point am I supposed to graduate to a pencil hold? Like, I hate it already. I can't do it. It's so difficult for me. Help. I could if I wanted to, I guess, but like, it feels so clunky. I know you can't really see because of the mic, but like, absolutely not. Listen. Stop shaming people for enjoying their hobby as they see fit. Who are you to tell someone that the way they choose to knit or crochet makes them better or worse than you? No. Stop that. Stop that immediately. That one made me real heated. As someone who crochets with a knife hold, that one made me angry. That one made me so mad. How dare you? No, ma'am. Next one. Having too much yarn is a problem. Who cares? Who cares? It's not my house. If you want to have 3 rooms full of yarn, so be it. If you want to have 1 bin of yarn, so be it. Like, do you come to their house and like inspect their yarn stash and decide what's too much? Because then, of course, people say, oh, having too much yarn is bad. What's too much? What's too much? What is too much yarn? Like, if you live in a hoarder situation where you have to literally swim through piles of yarn to get to the bathroom, but you are happy and you're not hurting anyone else, like, I don't get it. I don't understand this need to feel superior to other people because, like, you can't even give me a quantity. What is too much yarn? Like, if I have 100 skeins of yarn, is 101 too many? How come people don't get, like, what about hot take? Well, having too little yarn is bad. People who buy for their projects, people who buy per project don't have a stash, bad. You know, like it doesn't. If you have the financial means and you are not placing yourself in debt and you are not hurting other people and you're not inconveniencing anyone else and you enjoy your hobby, who cares how much yarn you have? I see this all the time. Oh, well, a yarn stash is bad. You're not gonna use all that. Who cares? If they don't use that yarn, well, I guess the family's just gonna have to donate it when they die. Like, that's it. That's the worst that I think could happen. My mom passed away in 2018, and you know what she had? A giant cardboard box full of yarn. And I wasn't crafting at the time, or else I would have kept it. But you know what we did? We donated it. That's it. She had a little stash of yarn. We didn't need it. We donated it. Stop policing people. You're fine. You don't live with them. You don't have to look at their stash. Stop telling people what to do. Weird. Weird. Anyway, on the topic of yarn, acrylic is bad. And now listen, this has existed. This hot take has a hot taked before hot takes were hot takes. People have been shaming acrylic yarn as long as I've been in the crafting community. I'm holding acrylic yarn. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Nothing. People will snob at it and turn their noses up at it. Acrylic this, it's plastic, blah, 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 blah. We're already mostly made up of plastics anyway. We're already mostly made up of plastics. And I'm going to be honest with you. Acrylic is more affordable. Do I try to do an acrylic blend? Yeah, because it's a bit more breathable. But if all I can afford is acrylic, I'm not going to go broke buying wool. I'm not going to go broke buying silk. If I cannot afford it, but there's something I want to make and there's a suitable substitute and it's acrylic, I'm going to buy acrylic. And there's nothing you can do about it. Unless y'all want to donate yarn to me and help me build a non-acrylic stash, I'm just going to keep buying acrylic. And that's that. Look how cute this color is. Who's she hurting? No one. She hurts no one. If you enjoy natural fibers, go off. Enjoy your natural fiber. Enjoy your natural plant-based fiber. Enjoy your natural sheep fiber. Heck, if you are one of those fancy people who can like enjoy like weird fibers, like yak or something, go off. Make your alpaca sweater, bestie. I'm not judging you, and you shouldn't judge me either. And that is what I think about that. Now, since we have officially finished my tiny list, because I didn't want this to be like too long or convoluted, and I know that I ranted about them a little bit, and I hope you enjoyed that, because I did. Gosh, I love ranting. I think that we can take away from this that there is nothing wrong with having an opinion, but there is a lot wrong when that opinion hurts other people. We are all in this because we are creative souls in one way or another. We enjoy the sometimes slow, sometimes fast, always delicate and mindful act of creating something out of nothing. There's no need to pit anyone against anyone. There's no need to make this a competition. There's no need to act superior to anyone. We are all here because it's a hobby. We are all here because we enjoy it. Nobody is better than anyone. We all hold things differently. We all crochet or knit with different things. We all crochet or knit at different speeds. It's fun to share your opinions because even when your opinion is unpopular, promise you're going to find someone who's like, yes, absolutely. Never blocked a thing in my life. Will never block a thing in my life. And then you guys can be best friends with your oversized or too small sweaters or sweaters that fit just right because you have a magical gauge. Not hurting anyone. It's fun. A hot take can be fun. A hot take can also be a little hurtful. And as long as we share our opinions in a way that is respectful and kind, even when we're being a bit saucy, it's fine. But don't come in here and tell me that you're sharing your hot take when all you want to do is put someone down. Just be like, hey, crafting put down. Own it. Own it. If you're going to be mean, own it. If you're gonna, put someone down for the way they do things, own it. Don't tell me it's a hot take. Don't tell me it's just your opinion, because you're mean. Own your meanness. It's 2025. Just own who you are. Okay? Okay. I'm glad we had this talk. That would bring my hot takes to a conclusion. Well, my hot takes on the hot takes. I hope that y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope that you had fun. If you have any hot takes, leave them in the comments. Tell me what your hot takes are. I love a good debate. But remember what we talked about. Don't be rude. Gosh, do I have any hot takes? I actually don't think I don't really think I have any hot takes. I can't think of any. I should have thought of some, but I really didn't. Ooh, this might be a hot take actually. My hot take is you don't have to monetize your crochet. You don't. You don't have to sell it. You don't have to make a pattern and sell it. You can just make a hobby a hobby. It doesn't have to be a side hustle. Is that a hot take? I feel like that's a pretty popular opinion. My failed hot take. Let me know if I failed in the comments, besties. Now, next month we'll have another episode. I'm having a lot of fun with these because, like I said before, I love talking. This has been great. I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you didn't like it. You can send me a DM on Instagram. You can send me a DM on TikTok. You can message me on Threads. Ooh, speaking of all those socials, why are you not following me on there? Are you following me on TikTok? Are you following me on Instagram? Are you following me on Threads? I'm really funny on there too. I'm actually really great. And you'll send me a DM and I'll talk to you because I love talking to everyone. So if you're not already following me, I would appreciate it if you did. No pressure if not. I know that we're not all on all those socials and that's fine. If you enjoyed this episode, consider subscribing. I would appreciate that. That could be fun. We could be friends. It could be a good time on here. If you enjoyed the episode, consider liking the video, maybe subscribing to my channel, perhaps hitting the notification bell. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. I would appreciate hearing your thoughts, like I said before. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for liking and watching and being here. I am having so much fun making this content for everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Whatever that may be. It's a mystery even to me, but I appreciate you sticking around while I figure it out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.